Good afternoon, it's 1:30. I'm Daisy O'Reilly.
And I'm Saj Rahman.
And here are your latest sports headlines. Big news today. Southampton have appointed Ruben Sellers as manager until the end of the season. This decision comes a week after a potential season-changing 1-0 win at Chelsea. Following that victory, Sellers looked ahead at a crucial match at the bottom of the Premier League. 20th place Southampton travelled to 19th place Leeds, where a victory could potentially take either side out of the relegation zone. And Sellers put out a battle cry to the fans to stick by his team.
Keep believing, keep supporting this team, because they cannot find a better.
Over the weekend, UK football will pay their tributes to a legendary commentator. John Watson died aged 77, having been in commentary for over 50 years, covering 2,500 games in that time. Tributes are continuing to flood in for the icon, and fellow commentator Clive Tilsley said that even viewers will feel like they have lost a friend.
Such was the reach of John Watson, such was the distinctive nature of his voice and his commentary style, that I think many thousands of people watching who never got to meet him and know him will probably feel as if they've lost a friend too. I think that is the absolute magic of communication.
In Europe, Manchester United came behind to defeat Barcelona 2-1 last night and progress into the last 16 of the Europa League. In the last hour, Eric Ten Hag's men have been drawn against another Spanish opponent, Real Betis, while Arsenal re-enter the competition facing Sporting Lisbon. Elsewhere in the Conference League, West Ham will face Cypriot side AEK Larnaca.
Easy for some to say, Daisy, but on to cricket now, and Harry Brook's impressive start to international cricket continued overnight. Brook hit a career high of 184 not out to put England on top in the second test against New Zealand. This feat means he has equalled Don Bradman's record of scoring 4 centuries in the first 6 tests. He hit 3 figures and I've got 3 syllables. Amazing. Play continues at 10 p.m. tonight.
On the women's side, England have commenced play in the Women's T20 World Cup semi-final. South Africa chose to bat and are currently 28 for none. The winner will play Australia in Sunday's final after their 5-run win over India in Thursday's semi-final.
F1 drivers are back on track for the second day of testing in Bahrain. Carlos Sainz is top of the timesheet with the fastest lap of the week as things hot up before the 2023 season gets underway next weekend.
Rugby now. It has been confirmed the huge Six Nations clash between England and Wales will take place, despite unrest and strike threats amongst the Welsh camp. Wales captain Ken Owen said players are now satisfied after further talks with the Professional Rugby Board came to a close on Wednesday.
Andy Murray will play in his first semi-final since last June this afternoon. Impressive for a 35-year-old with a metal hip, if I do say so myself. The Scotsman is expected to take the court at 2:30 p.m. to face Yuri Lehecka in the Qatar Open, with the winner to face Daniil Medvedev or Felix Auger-Aliassime on Sunday.
Head of Player Engagement at Kick It Out, Troy Townsend, spoke to Solent University students this week. His talk highlighted the existing issues with racial discrimination in football and how the Kick It Out charity are trying to eliminate all forms of discrimination in the game.
Funding's not great. Funding just makes us exist. We're not a wealthy organisation, we're a charity that exists to try and eliminate discrimination, but that's why I also say that it and we is massive to me. Last night, like I said, a manager in non-league was racially abused. His wife was abused with some language that I can't repeat, and yet the game wasn't stopped to protect him in the dugout and his wife over the other side of the dugout, who had their 5- and 7-year-old young girls in there asking mummy why those people are calling her a really, really nasty word. I said that every time I speak up and speak out, I question whether I still have a job. So every time I criticise and say the Premier League have got to do better, the FA have got to do better, whatever, the Super League has got to do, I get criticised. And I feel that, right, I'm strong enough in my own convictions and beliefs that I understand what has happened, and I want to talk on behalf of those people. So I put my job at risk. If it was on the street, it would be a hate crime. It would be a hate crime. People would go to court. It's on a green pitch. It's acceptable. How?
Coming up in the next bulletin, we have the second part of a very exciting series as Barnaby Page travelled to another football stadium. But can you guess where he's gone?
Well, Connor Minnis spoke to a local Hampshire driver, Toby Foreman, about the impact motorsports has had on his social life. But for now, take a look at the beauty he drives.
All that and more to come, but that is all for now, so come back at 3:30 PM for more sports updates.